You bought a truck expecting it to last 15 years, maybe 20. You pictured hauling trailers, road trips, weekend projects, and hundreds of thousands of dependable miles. But what if the biggest threat to your 2023 pickup isn't the engine ... IT isn't the transmission ... IT isn't rust. It's the fact that one failed electronic component could leave your truck sitting in a repair shop for months or permanently parked even while the rest of the vehicle is mechanically perfect. That sounds impossible. After all, modern trucks are built better than ever, right? Not exactly, because today's pickup isn't just a machine anymore. It's a rolling computer network, and that changes everything. Most people think they're buying a stronger engine, a better suspension, and more technology, but that's not what they're really purchased. They're buying dozens of computers that all depend on each other to keep the truck running. One control module talks to another, the cameras communicate with safety systems. The instrument cluster exchanges information with the body control module. Even simple functions like headlights, keyless entry, trailer brakes, and power windows now rely on software. Years ago, if your power window stopped working, you replaced a switch. Today, a communication fault between electronic modules can disable multiple systems at once. The truck may even refuse to operate normally until everything is talking again. And that's where the real problem begins. Modern pickups contain well over 100 electronic modules, miles of wiring, and sensors monitoring nearly every major component. Every new model year adds more features, more cameras, more radar, more driver assistance, more connected services, more software. While those features can improve convenience and safety, they also create more potential points of failure over the life of the vehicle. Now imagine it's 2033. Your truck has only 150,000 miles. The engine still runs beautifully. The transmission shifts perfectly. The frame is solid, but one control module fails. The replacement part is no longer in production. Used modules are difficult to find. New ones require factory programming. Your local repair shop can't initialize it. Independent mechanics may have the expertise, but they don't always have access to every proprietary programming tool or software authorization required for certain repairs. Suddenly, your perfectly good truck becomes incredibly difficult to fix, not because it's worn out, because one tiny electronic brain stopped communicating. We've already seen examples across the automotive industry where discontinued electronic parts become harder to source as vehicles age. As vehicles become more software dependent, long-term repairability becomes a bigger question for owners. Now think about what happens after even a relatively minor accident. 20 years ago, a bumper was a bumper. Today, that bumper might contain radar sensors, parking sensors, wiring harnesses, cameras, adaptive cruise hardware, and calibration targets. A low-speed parking lot collision can require replacing damaged components, followed by specialized calibration procedures to ensure advanced driver assistance systems function correctly. The repair isn't just replacing parts anymore, it's restoring an entire electronic ecosystem. And those costs can add up quickly. Insurance companies know this, repair shops know this, owners are beginning to discover it too. But here's what many buyers don't realize. The issue isn't just repair cost, it's repair availability. A skilled mechanic can't install software they don't have access to. A replacement module often isn't ready to use right out of the box. Many modern components require programming, security authentication, or vehicle-specific configuration before they'll work properly. Without those steps, the truck may display warning lights, disable certain features, or refuse to recognize the new part. As trucks become increasingly digital, access to repair information and software tools becomes just as important as access to physical replacement parts. And that's changing what ownership really means, because ownership used to mean this: if it broke, you fixed it. Now ownership often means something different. If it breaks, you hope someone still has the software, tools, and replacement components needed to restore it. That's a very different relationship with your vehicle. Manufacturers aren't doing this simply to make repairs difficult. Much of the added technology exists because customers want advanced safety features, better fuel efficiency, convenience, and stricter emissions compliance also require increasingly sophisticated electronics, but the unintended consequence is greater complexity. More complexity usually means more dependencies, and more dependencies mean more opportunities for something small to affect something much larger. Here's a simple example. Imagine two trucks sitting side by side. 10 years from now, truck A is mechanically sound but depends heavily on discontinued electronics that are difficult to replace. Truck B has fewer electronic dependencies, broader aftermarket support, and readily available replacement parts. Which one stays on the road longer? Which one becomes easier to own? Which one holds its value better? That's exactly why many experienced truck owners are paying closer attention not only to horsepower and towing capacity but also to long-term repairability, parts availability, and software dependence. They understand something many buyers overlook. The purchase price is only the beginning. The real cost of ownership is determined years later. So what's the smart workaround? Call it the repairability advantage. Instead of asking only, which truck is best today? Ask, which truck will still be repairable 10 years from now? Before buying your next pickup, research how widely available replacement parts are, whether independent repair shops can service it, how dependent it is on proprietary software, and how complex its electronic systems are compared with similar models. Look beyond the marketing brochure. Talk to experienced technicians. Read long-term owner forums. Pay attention to repair trends instead of just launch day reviews, because reliability isn't only about avoiding breakdowns, it's about being able to recover from them. The smartest truck owners don't just buy for today's features, they buy for tomorrow's serviceability. They understand that a truck isn't truly dependable if a single, unavailable electronic component can sideline an otherwise healthy vehicle. The trucks that stand the test of time won't necessarily be the ones with the biggest screens or the most software. They'll be the ones that can still be maintained, repaired, and kept on the road long after the warranty expires. And that may become the biggest advantage of all, because while everyone else is chasing the newest technology, the people who understand long-term ownership are asking a completely different question. Not, how advanced is this truck? But, will I still be able to fix it when everyone else can't? And once you start asking that question, you'll never look at a modern pickup the same way again.